Good morning, good evening and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning and good evening.
Yes, you got it in the right order, I think. Good morning.
No, I think I mixed them up slightly.
And you've done your posh accent.
Yes, I wanted to do it this week. Because last week, last time I didn't.
No?
I went straight into an American... No, did I do
No, you did your normal voice. Shock horror.
My normal voice.
Your normal voice. Yeah, like this.
Like hello. I do it in my normal voice.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it in my normal voice.
Well, you're gonna have some very strange accents.
Hey, partner, what's that? Hey, Scooby. Yes, you're listening to the Jon and Peter show. Another 30 minutes of completely irrelevant chat.
About 3 minutes of topic.
Is it 3 minutes? More like 5.
But
or 4.
3 minute timer.
Yeah, 3 minute timer.
And then we've got to try and get somewhere with our debate.
If you haven't heard this before, a quick explanation is now coming your way.
From
Peter.
Oh, okay. Yes, we gathered some topics from various people in the surrounding area.
Yes.
We viewed and we asked. When they answered, they gave us certain topics and
subjects.
We collected them
on paper. Yes.
In which we slowly gathered and looked through as hunter-gatherers. Rifled.
And we choose a subject.
And then we discuss it for at least 3 minutes. But it often goes over topic.
Extends
by just a bit.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And are you singing?
No.
It sounded like you were going into a song.
No. What do you mean?
Just a little bit. That's a bit before your time, isn't it, Peter?
But I don't know. I've always been brought up with a bit of ABBA in the car.
Yeah, who doesn't like ABBA?
Who doesn't?
We said that, didn't we? Guilty secret.
Everyone likes ABBA.
I have been on a building site before.
No.
With people with bald heads and tattoos. You know who you are. Oh, that's what I'm going to say. They're all right.
Yeah.
And they're working away. A bit of ABBA comes on, they're all singing along.
Yeah,
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Dancing Queen, Feel the Heat, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I can imagine it. The thing, but then when it stops, they're all,
they're all like,
they're back into
yeah. Yeah, here I am on a building site.
Yeah.
They're doing a bit of...
I think it's true. It's like what my cousin says. He's a DJ.
Yeah.
Well, he was a DJ before he joined the Navy.
Okay.
What he said his favourite songs are Barbie Girl and something else like Never Gonna Give You Up or something. And he said the reason is because he's never seen a song get people on the dance floor quicker.
Really?
Yeah.
And they all want...
People all hate it. Everyone hates Barbie Girl, or they say they hate Barbie Girl.
Yeah.
And then when it comes on, everyone's on the dance floor.
And I've been to parties before where they do that.
Yeah.
And they always finish, or not always, but a lot of the time with cheesy songs.
Yeah.
You know, the ABBAs and all that. And people get up and dance.
But then when you got the actual, the ones that people say they like, they're all intellectually into.
Yeah.
They all stand back and they're like, I don't dance to this. I don't dance at all.
I know. It's a bit sad, don't you think?
It is sad. It's all about that. It's all about the confidence.
Enjoying yourself.
It's all about the confidence.
It's enjoying yourself, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people just want to sit back and do nothing.
Yeah. But sometimes, that's not a bad thing. I mean, quite often I'd prefer to... I quite like the idea of sitting outside and drinking a cup of tea. But then some people would prefer to go to a raving party full of drunks and...
I actually like going to a coffee shop or something. Yeah. I don't know if it's like an old thing.
No.
No,
I'm not saying that.
I quite like the idea of, warm coffee shop. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
Go in the warmth.
And you're
nice
sitting
people.
There with your mug.
Yeah. With your hands wrapped round your cup.
Yeah.
And you're tempted by a cake or something.
Yeah.
And you think, this is all right. This is quite a nice experience.
This is nice. And then, but other people, they other people, especially at my age, they're all like, no, you need to.
Yeah, the youngsters are like, you need to have lots to drink.
Yeah, lots to drink. Well, that's the thing. I remember going to Spain, the Spanish exchange. We had a great time. It was fantastic. But I mean, I had to pretend I had already had a drink. I decided I wasn't going to because...
You sound like you've had a drink now, actually.
I had a drink.
Yeah, you had a drink.
I had a drink. Like, I decided I would have a drink, and but everyone was so persistent about having one.
Yeah, so you
had... The thing is that when you're surrounded by them, you kind of begin to
act like that.
Act a bit like that.
So
anyway.
if you were the last sane person in a lunatic asylum,
Yeah, you might
eventually
start-
you'll end up being
you could
insane.
be more lunatic.
Luniatic?
Luniatic.
That's
than
a
they are.
scientific word.
That is, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure
we
it
could go and
is.
dictionary it.
that's
That's another grammatical. That is a official grammar.
You're doing very well
I
this
am doing
morning. Have you not had your coffee? Is that what it is?
Actually, I always have tea when inside.
Oh, a tea.
A tea, but when I'm out, I don't know. Is this the same for you, or is it the other way around?
I don't like tea.
You don't like
It's
tea, so you always have a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And always black.
Always black.
Always black.
Because I started working for some people in down the village, and I do some gardening for them.
Oh,
and
gardening,
they have the most incredible coffee. It tastes like, superb shop coffee. The best.
great. Yes, lovely.
And they have it at home. Because they have one of those maker things.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
Really nice.
I know.
And so
That's going on my Christmas
every
list.
time when I'm at work, I only have coffee,
Yeah.
and it's so nice.
Yeah.
And it's nice to
What,
do
a
that
black
because it's only
coffee?
once a week.
Yeah, black coffee.
No,
Like espresso or something?
admittedly, I mean, it's one of these ones. I don't ever take sugar in my tea anymore. I've completely converted
Oh, very good.
recently.
Yeah.
And but coffee, I decided I'd have one sugar because it just.
I
isn't
like
that.
black coffee with sugar, I must say.
yeah,
it just
yeah.
takes the edge.
Well, sugar
It's
is a
really-
poison, John.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
But I don't have much coffee. anymore.
Mind you, everything's a poison now, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
We've worked out that pretty much everything's a poison. It was like there was
Everything's bad for you.
There was that thing on Facebook which was, just, oh well, this is bad for you. This is bad for you. What am I going to eat? Well, I'll eat a cucumber. I'll stick with cucumber. You've never heard anything bad about cucumber, haven't you? No.
No.
If you think about it, so if you just eat cucumber...
I can tell you something bad about cucumbers.
Go on then.
My daughter, Holly,
Yeah.
who is 15,
Oh.
she got cucumber sickness.
What?
I'm not joking. She loved cucumbers. She still does. And she ate loads of cucumber. She just ate and ate and ate. And she went quite ill and she almost turned green.
No.
And she got cucumber sickness.
Is that a thing?
Well, it is now. It's something she made up, and
I
I've seen
see.
it. She ate cucumbers and she became sick.
Well, actually, my grandfather loved strawberries so much that he overindulged in the strawberries and he became allergic to them.
Strawberries.
Yes.
Wow.
So he's allergic to strawberries
That's
simply
such a
because when
shame.
he was younger, he loved strawberries so much.
Yeah.
And he had too many. And it caused him to bloat up, and then he had to go to hospital.
I think this is the whole point. If you have too much of anything, everything in moderation, isn't it?
Even
Like the-
smoking.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think smoking. If you smoke, 50 a day, you should be fine.
I think some things are definitely bad for you, whatever they are. It's all very well saying moderation, but moderation. I don't know, hard drugs or something in moderation.
Hard drugs. You're supposed to take them a lot.
What?
From what I've heard,
Yes.
you're supposed to have lots of hard drugs.
No, that's only when you get older. You're fine.
Did you know that apparently cheese? Apparently,
We're
you
jumping
can't
from
believe
drugs to cheese.
No, here we go. This is the link from drugs
Oh,
to
okay.
cheese. Is that they do have a
Find
link.
the link.
It has the same addictive qualities as hard drugs.
No way.
Yes.
Cheese.
Yes.
Mind you, some of it's really smelly, isn't it? It smells potent.
Yes.
Some of it. Like really.
Maybe you get addicted to the smell. Maybe if you have a sniffing cheese, rather
like
sniffing
that
chemicals,
cheese with
you
the
sniff cheese.
blue cheese. With the veins in. I don't like eating anything with veins in.
That.
It shouldn't have veins
But it's
in.
nice
Anything
though.
with veins.
It's really nice.
It's very strong.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
But it's nice. But it is veiny.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice. I must
Like
admit.
my hands.
Yeah. What?
Veiny.
Oh.
Yeah.
We spoke about your hands last week, didn't we?
Oh, we did. We talked about how
they're
stubby-
gardening hands, aren't they?
They are gardening.
They're working hands.
That's a good
As
thing for me.
opposed to most people your generation, I would say, which is younger generation, I've probably got dainty hands because all they do is play games.
Yeah. Well, I play games, but I've got.
Yes, but you
But
do proper work
I did
as well.
viola and violin and.
Yeah, but you do work as well.
Yeah.
Whereas most younger people they don't really
I
do
think
work.
it's really
do
a
they?
shame. There was a really interesting thing about the Clark shoes guy, and he was saying about how damaging shoes are to your feet.
Yeah.
And they are. They're seriously damaging to your feet, and we should leave our feet untouched.
I know somebody who does that.
Yes,
and she often just walks around barefooted.
actually around town.
Yes.
I would love to do that. I really would love to commit to that.
Apparently, it's supposed to improve your life tenfold.
It should, and also you've got more sensitivity.
Not just your feet,
the
the way you feel about things,
Yes.
your mental outlook on things.
And it's something about
especially if you step in dog's muck. That would change my mental habit. Definitely.
You would put shoes back on.
I'd put shoes straight back on.
Not when you got the dog muck on.
Soak my feet.
You would wash the dog muck on before you would squelch your feet back into your shoe.
Yeah, squelch your dog muck in the boot.
Rub it into your boot.
But what if you forgot? And then you thought, oh no! And then you've got to clear out the inside of your boot as well.
Yeah.
Ooh. And what if you liked it?
You
did
like
it
the feeling.
and like the smell. You got used to it.
Have you
could only ever walk with dog's muck on your foot.
When I was younger, you wear your wellies and you would go in.
Yeah.
There'd be big cow pat. There'd be a big squelchy cow pat, and then you'd stand in it and it would sink down. It would be like, and it was always quite fun.
Yeah, you like this cow pat thing, the poo thing.
When I was younger, yeah.
You might like it when you're older.
I might like squelching cow pat with my boots
without wellies.
Without wellies.
That could be a good hobby.
We walked in Northumberland.
I've reminded you of something.
Yeah.
To do with cow pats.
No, it wasn't to do with cow pats. I have a feeling that I might have stepped in a cow pat without my shoes on.
I don't doubt it looking at you. You look like the sort of person who would step in a cow pat. You do. Yeah, if you had characterised a person who would be a cow pat stepper, it would be you.
I'd experiment with it, Yeah,
with the cow pat.
With a cow pat.
Right.
Not experiment. I mean, just do I look like the kind of person that would experiment with stepping in cow pat?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Yeah. I think you do.
All right.
What about dog's muck? Oh, that's a different.
No,
that's just awful, isn't it?
No.
Give me a cow pat any day.
Cow pat's not that smelly, really.
No, it's not.
And it's quite
earthy.
It's grassy.
It's earthy.
It's earthy.
Dog's muck is very meaty and stinky.
We were walking through Northumberland.
I can't believe we're talking about.
Yeah, we've gone. How many minutes have we gone? It's 11 minutes 50 seconds.
This is called the 3-minute show.
And we've gone 11 minutes 50 seconds without talking about 3-minute topics.
Yeah, but why do we need the subject?
We don't. We just keep going, really. But I mean, we will get there. But we were walking in Northumberland. Sorry.
Okay.
And there was a beautiful island, and I can't remember what it's called. I think it's actually called Holy Island.
Holy Island, okay.
It's separated by land and water. Right, sorry. Okay. Separated by water, but there's a big stretch of road.
Not land and water. I was wondering how that could happen.
Well, it's sort of
floating.
Actually, no,
in the air.
It is separated kind of by land and water because
it's in the clouds.
It's got one of those roads that stretches all the way, but the water comes over. The tide comes over.
I like that.
Yeah, and we decided that we would walk the mudflats. And we did, but I did it barefoot. Actually, because I forgot my wellies on the holiday, so my dad was like, "You idiot," to say the least. Yeah. But then actually, when we did it, the priest at the priest and the thing, he was just like, that was actually what you're supposed to do. It's not wear your wellies.
Yeah.
Because it's holy. So I am a holy
You were
child.
In touch with that spiritual side of things.
With the spiritual
and you didn't even realise.
No.
It was speaking to you, in a way, wasn't it?
It was like, don't bring your wellies.
Your
And God came down from heaven.
Yes.
There was a big voice that said, don't bring your wellies.
Is that how it works? I think it is,
must have been. I could tell the story and maybe I could convince people. And I might convince myself, and that's quite often I can imagine what
people would do.
You can convince yourself that God came down from heaven.
Yes. You wouldn't have... It wasn't an accident that you forgot your wellies.
It wasn't.
It was a God... A divine
given message.
Intervention.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Shall we do a subject?
I was thinking exactly.
Great.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
I like the spiritual thing. I like the wellies and the poo and all that.
Yeah.
How you mix God with cow pats.
Cow pats
was something that I've just not seen before or heard. I'm just mixing them about, Peter.
Shall I say when?
Did we explain the rules?
Yes, we say... I think
we did, didn't we?
We both say when.
Yes,
we say when.
When? On the... Do you want to do it on the woo or on the... We've had this before.
We've had this before.
Do you want to do it on...
We did the woo. I wooed you.
You did?
I did. I wooed him greatly.
You did,
And then we had the and we've had the so we might have to...
Do you want to... What about a pause on the end?
Yeah, so the when and...
Pause.
And then
up. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm mixing them up. I'm just going through them. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, look at that. And that's
when.
What? Okay.
There we go. That went very smoothly, actually.
That makes a change. Oh. Well, okay. I'll read them out. Would you like a choice?
Well,
shall we do
last time? We
did no choice last time.
We did no choice, and it worked, I guess, but it got a bit confusing, didn't it?
Oh, I'm always confused talking to you. No doubt you are.
It takes about an hour, and then it wraps itself up into a little bow.
If you say so. I'm going to go... Let's see, I've got 2 subjects here. We've got the minimum wage and foreign call centres.
Let's go.
2 quite sensible subjects.
Let's go for foreign call centres.
Foreign call centres,
Yeah,
okay. I'll line
foreign
up
call centres.
my little mechanical device. And foreign call centres. You sound like you want to talk about that.
I don't know.
I start it now. Off you go.
All right. Well, actually,
Foreign call centres, Peter.
actually, you know, are you?
Yes.
Have you always? How do you?
I'm all ears. Go on then. Go on. Don't worry. Are you going into shock?
Okay.
Are you okay?
It's just foreign call centres.
Yeah. You're
back?
displaying your frustration.
No, I'm not. I was going to say.
Yeah.
How do you deal with foreign call centres?
Oh, you're throwing it back to me.
No. Well,
Excellent.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like. I could throw it back to you if that's how you want to
Interpret what you're saying.
Yeah, how do you deal with foreign call centres? Because I've always been a bit too nice to them. It causes problems because they all keep pushing and pushing, and you're like, I just want you to go away.
Do you know? I will just say this. I've got nothing against foreign people working anywhere. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it's difficult to understand some people.
Oh, totally.
I have to say it. It doesn't. It's true. It's just true.
Yeah.
It is, and that's why some big companies are going back to UK-based call centres.
Well, you can't.
But
you can't.
I've
understand.
actually,
It's
very
frustrating.
polite and say I'm really sorry, but I can't understand what you're saying. I'm really sorry. I feel like I should be apologising.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
It's because I'm. Is it because I'm slightly deaf
That's
or
a very
something?
English thing to do,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
And then-
apologising for something that someone else has done.
And when it happens again, twice or 3 times, and you're there on the phone, sort of just thinking, I don't know what they're talking about, and then you just go yes or something.
yeah.
And you think I haven't a clue what he said. I really don't know. I'm going to have to phone again. See if I can get someone else.
Luckily, I guess I have parents, so I'm like, sorry.
Most people have parents.
Well, no, I know, but I have them in the house.
Oh, so you can just.
I'm just like
talk to my parents.
I'm like, sorry, I can't understand. Whoop. There we go. Whoop.
And does that work?
Oh, often it does actually,
Oh, so they can understand, but you can't.
but I don't know. Maybe
maybe-
I just have selective hearing.
Yeah.
I think I do.
It's quite hard with different accents, though, isn't it?
Oh, terribly. Like some accents you can't understand.
No.
But then some accents of the accents you can understand.
I went
It's
through.
like Scottish, you can understand most of Scottish, and then some Scottish you can't understand.
Some
Same with
Scottish
Irish.
is just incredibly difficult to understand.
Yeah,
It's just-
and
you're
same with
n-
English as well. If you're speaking like this, really hard. Or,
Who do you know who speaks like that?
I don't know.
You're making that up.
I don't know,
No
but-
one speaks like that in England.
They do. Yeah.
frog,
she
maybe?
knows someone. Studio manager.
No
someone.
way.
Someone from Devon.
From Devon.
From Devon.
Yeah.
They don't speak like.
Can't speak like this. I can't speak like
Kermit?
If I get for some reason
What
I
is
can only
that?
sometimes do a Kermit impression.
Oh, can
Only
you?
sometimes. Like it doesn't always work. But then if your mouth goes in a weird or your throat goes in a weird position, suddenly you can do a Kermit impression.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do that to the foreign call centres. My grandfather was always very good at dealing with call centres. He was good at accents, so he would
Yeah.
always be like...
That's quite good for accents, isn't it?
He would always say that it was like the pizza or something, and they would be like, what? And then they'd be really confused, and they'd be like, all right, are you sure you want to deliver now? And he's like, no, puts down phone, and then he's like, cool. Very good, very good.
But do you think we should have foreign call centres? Just finishing up the subject.
It's a hard one to
Do
say.
you think
'cause
it should be kept in the UK?
But
That's
you
what I'm
don't, do
asking.
you know enough about the business of call centres and the jobs that it provides to say whether we should have foreign call centres?
Well, do you know
or
what?
not?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Really, I think
How many jobs
about
and how many
jobs.
people's lives have
I think
been on the line for a
it
call
does
centre?
help. Obviously, wherever you have the call centre, it creates jobs. But don't you think big national companies owe it to the country where they earning their money to keep the jobs
The
within
service.
their own country?
But then they would be seen as immoral. People would then turn it around. If
it created more jobs in the UK by having... so you can only have call centres... If you work in the UK, you can only have call centres that are UK-based, just like other countries
But you
would
know
have.
how the newspapers would spin it. You know that. Like,
they would.
The moment they would try, the newspaper
They would say it's racist and all the rest of it.
Like, I don't know, let's say Virgin Media gets rid of 4,500,000 jobs in India. Bad people, and then everyone would go, bad people.
Yes, but if they said, but they've created 30,000 new jobs in England, they'd go, hooray, incredible, fantastic.
30,000 versus 450,000.
Well, okay, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if they're only paying somebody a pittance,
but
you know, £1 a day, as opposed to over in this country.
Do newspapers ever put but?
I don't know. I think they would be more inclined to look at it favourably. If it created jobs in this country, I think it would.
It depends on the newspaper, actually.
I mean, the companies are just looking at their pay packet, aren't they? They're just looking at the money. They're not looking at they're not looking at the benefits to other countries.
Yeah.
You don't think they're looking, oh, we're paying, you know, somebody, an Indian worker, £1 a day.
Yeah.
And we're doing him a good turn. They're not looking at it from that point of view. They're thinking it from their own point of view of they're making more money.
Yeah.
That's all.
Actually, that was my brother went to Uganda.
Yeah.
And he was talking to the Ugandan people, and they were talking about African immigrants who go over to England, and talking about whether they should be paid what they're used to being paid in Africa, which is a lower wage.
Yeah.
And you know, some people are like, oh, they should be paid the same as English people, and you know what? The Ugandans disagreed. They said that they should be paid the way that they're used to being paid, because why should they be paid different by the country they don't live in when, you know, I haven't got an opinion on this because it's their fight, isn't it? You know, I would like to say that they can have more pay, but they were saying how actually, if they've just come over to the country, they shouldn't immediately be paid the full wage, because that's taking from UK citizens. And this was from the country that was sending people over. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
That's unusual, isn't it?
It is unusual.
Yeah.
But you find that a lot of people actually have, you know, a lot of, you know, it's all these campaigns. They fight for something which not all the people who actually are like that agree upon.
No, I agree.
And quite often the people who fight for these rights or these beliefs are the ones who don't have the bigger understanding.
And especially on an international footing.
Yes.
Because you only understand what the papers are putting forward.
Yeah.
Like, or this country believes in this, you know, whether they're Germans or French or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when you actually talk to the people, the individuals, they're like, we think this is rubbish. You know, we don't agree with this
Yes,
policy.
exactly. I mean, it's the whole Syria crisis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you go to Syria and they're all like, oh, you know, my dad's actually really involved in that.
Yeah.
So he goes there and he's like, what is the newspaper going on about?
Yeah, and that just makes people think like in a certain way.
Listen to the people who live there.
Yeah, not the politicians.
Not the politicians. Listen to the people who actually live there. And you know, if you want a democracy, which we seem to think we are, which you know, can you really say we are?
Not really.
But you know, listen to them. Not, you know, if we had. If Uganda or Syria was bombing us, and then no one was listening to us as UK citizens and listening to
the voice of the government,
we would be so cross.
Yeah,
we'd be like, where are our rights? We are privileged white citizens.
Don't go on about rights. Our rights in the UK.
Yeah, it's I actually we were in I went to see in Chichester.
I like Chichester.
Festival Theatre was really good.
Oh yeah.
And there was the Chekhov plays. Have you heard of Chekhov? Yeah, we went to see those, and there was some guy. Yeah, really good actually.
Are they?
I mean, I thought the best one was the first one that they played.
Okay.
But anyway, I was talking to this guy, and we were having this nice debate. He was much older than me, but he was talking about entitlement, and we were talking about how in the West we feel so entitled to this and that it causes so many problems. But I think actually if you look at it, all over the world it's all about entitlement. The ISIS feel they're entitled to this. We feel we're entitled to that. America feels they're entitled to this and this and that. China thinks they're entitled for this. North Korea's like, well, we're entitled for this. And in the end it's just a conflictions of beliefs on what we should have as humans.
Yeah.
And they're all disagreements. I thought actually that's a pretty solid base.
That's quite interesting. You're quite deep today.
You're deep, deep, man.
You obviously had a lot to eat, and you're looking after yourself now, and you feel on a much better spiritual plane as opposed to the last one.
Well, I'm not vegetarian yet, so I can't quite reach that highest level.
No, you can't.
No.
I mean, I can talk down in some sort of condescending attitude, but I won't.
No, I don't know. Like,
You're tempted, aren't you?
What vegetarian?
Yeah.
I really want to.
You want to do it?
No, I genuinely want to do it.
You should do it.
I'm convinced.
You should do it.
But again, as we say, I'll wait till university because then I can.
Yeah.
If I do it now, I can't. It's not
So no,
possible.
even that's hypocritical.
It is hypocritical, but I couldn't. My mum refuses to cook. She said, if you go veggie, I'm refusing to cook for you.
No, your mum would. You told me earlier that she's a very nice person.
She
would
is.
just do everything she possibly can to make her little son happy.
What?
That's what you said.
I said nothing of the
Well,
sort.
I'm paraphrasing.
Exactly. More than paraphrasing.
I don't think you actually said anything. Actually, did you? Did you?
No, I
to be
didn't.
honest.
No, I didn't.
You said you enjoyed one of her meals.
I enjoyed apple crumble. That's what I said.
Apple crumble, yeah.
And I said she's got a fantastic.
Yeah, but
apple
I just
crumble.
extended that
to mean that.
meaning that she'd do anything possibly that she can to make you happy,
and
including change all the food.
No, unfortunately not. So unfortunately, I can't go veggie quite yet.
So you should have withheld that positive comment for her crumble.
She
was more understanding.
Till she was more understanding of the vegetarian. Oh, we've actually done that entire page.
Really?
Yeah.
The Quran?
No, we haven't done the Quran. I guess we've got to leave it in there.
Is it? I guess
there's a tick over it. So
I guess it's my turn, is it?
it is your turn. So if we go,
I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lost. No.
I have to rely on that one. Good job.
We've got two recording things set up because the first one, which had all our good
has
quality,
had some gremlins in.
Oh yes, the quality was great, but the gremlins were not, and they messed up with everything, and now it's shut down. So luckily, we've got something else doing the recording.
And I hope
for
that's
us.
okay.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah.
The quality. If it isn't, complain. Email.
We'll have to watch the time because I'm not sure of the time now.
Oh, well, actually,
the other thing had a nice timer.
No, we've got plenty of time.
Okay.
We've got time.
Have you
At
been
least
watching the time?
Half
an hour. We're going for 30 minutes, are we?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
let's.
I'll say when.
Oh, you're kidding. We went back to the Quran. We've got to talk about the
that's
Quran.
a fix.
It's not a
You
fix.
fixed it.
I'm not fixing it.
You've only got one subject there. That's the only one we've
I don't
got.
want to talk about the Quran.
Nor do I. I don't know anything about it at all.
Well, we've got to talk about it for
we
3
can't-
minutes.
Oh, that's really different. All right, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Come on.
We'll just go for it. So, thank you for putting that down. I know absolutely. Can I say bugger all?
I guess we can.
Oh, I
but
said
there
it.
might be children listening.
Yes, it could be.
Sorry, children.
Yeah, you shouldn't be listening. Okay.
This is supposed to be PG, but I mean PGs do sometimes have bad language.
Yeah, no, but that's not bad language, is it? We've done this.
Oh.
Is bugger all a bad language? I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does the stage manager think? of that?
Stage manager? I didn't know we had a whole theatre now. It's gotten bigger and bigger week on week. Studio manager.
Is bugger all okay? Is it acceptable?
She's too busy enjoying
she's
her
asleep.
book.
Oh,
No,
okay.
The studio manager.
Well,
what
I'm going
is
to make
your
an
what is the
executive
consensus
decision
on? Say it. Go on, because
Can you not say it?
I'm not allowed. The studio manager does not allow me.
Oh, bugger all.
There we go. Is that a rude swear word? Is that a swear word?
No, it's not swearing.
Oh, there's debate. There's a mental debate. You can see the angel and the demon on her shoulder, going on.
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know. I'm going to say it's not.
I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it is.
Well, we got I don't know. You don't think it's that bad. Swings in my favour. So there we go. Right, it's 3 minutes starting now. Quran. I know bugger all about this.
Oh, bugger.
Bugger it.
There we go.
The Quran. Bugger me. How could we best talk about this buggering subject?
Oh, crikey.
No, crikey.
Oh, this has been one hell of a
buggeration. it's a bothering buggeration as far as I can tell.
Crikey, John, comment now.
The Quran. Bugger. What can you say about that? Bugger me.
I feel bad for all the children.
Oh, what?
There might be children listening.
About what? The Quran. I know that is not a swear word, Peter. It's not. In some people's mouths
The Quran
and
might
thoughts,
be.
the Quran could be.
Okay.
I'm going to say. I'll say what I tell you what I know about the Quran. It's a book.
Yeah.
Not a film. It's a thick book, rather like the Bible. The other one,
yeah,
the Bible.
The Bible, yeah.
Yes, although it's not like the Bible because obviously it's a Quran.
Yeah, but
So
it's a
foreign.
religious.
It's a foreign
It's
religious
book.
text,
and you're not supposed to put it on flat surfaces if you're being really pedantic. You've got to always keep it elevated. Yeah, you've got to have Quran stands.
Really?
Yes.
So you know more about this than I do.
I've got a
Do
very
they teach
religious
this?
family.
Do they
but they're
teach
not
this at
Islam.
school?
Well, actually, they do. They do religious studies.
They do about the Quran,
and you learn about the Quran and how the Muslims wash themselves and
or don't.
No, they do.
Oh, they do.
When they go to prayer, they have to
wash
they have
themselves,
to do
yes.
a certain ritual washing.
Yes.
And those kind of things. I mean, I'm sure not all Muslims do, but
I haven't read any of the Quran, I must say. So
Neither have
I don't really know about the text, whether it can be twisted, and I imagine it can in the same way as the Bible.
Well, this is
could be
it,
literal, or it
can be taken as a... I mean, it's like the New Testament and the Old Testament in the Bible.
Yes, exactly.
Because the Old Testament...
Is that the same with the Quran, do you think?
It's interesting. I don't know.
It could be, couldn't it?
It could.
But some people, they seem to,
The Old Testament,
sort of terrorist type
God's
people,
very
they seem to-
humanised in the Old Testament. He sounds very human. He gets angry and he takes sides and he...
Yes.
Or it, sorry. Oh, sorry. It. No. But in the New Testament...
Yeah, an eye for an eye and all that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
that's in the Old Testament. In the New
Yes, it
Testament,
is.
it's all
And
kind
I
of... God
imagine
is
the
a lot more...
I imagine the
spiritual.
Quran is similar. They would have an older text that is much more...
How old is the Quran?
I don't know.
Because
We need a nice Muslim person to just go into detail for us.
Because there's one of these religions that's actually surprisingly new and really big. But I'm like, which one is it? Like,
What, is it new? Is it big?
but which one's the new big one? And I swear there was a religion that came in the like 1400s. But I keep hearing that Islam's going on for like thousands of years, and it must have been because you had the
the Crusades
and you had the Islamic scholars as well, who were the ones who were doing all the medicine.
Which is thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, it can't be Buddhism because that's been going on for thousands of years too.
Yeah.
So is it? It can't be Hinduism though, can it? I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's the only by the parad. I mean, I must be being really
We're
stupid.
displaying our absolute stupidity, aren't we?
Yeah, when it comes to the Quran.
But we should know about this because we live
Because we're going to be invaded soon. Oh, sorry, did I say that?
You said it. What did you say?
They don't follow the Quran.
What?
Invaded?
Well, ISIS don't follow the Quran. No, they do, but they follow.
Something that's
They
follow
distort it and twist it.
Well, yeah. They
Yeah.
what? Well, we've got some research.
a bit under the blue.
I think
Hang on, bits on.
Yeah, just a bit under the blue.
I think it's I think any religious text, any religious text, people read what they want to into that text, and
They follow something mentioned in the Torah, and nothing of such nature is in the Quran.
Oh,
so they
okay.
do. Oh God, that's so. I thought the Torah was Jewish.
not the Torah is Jewish,
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh God.
Do you think it comes from the same source? Do you think all the religions are connected?
So you mean there's a god that everyone kind of.
Yeah, so there was one
even
entity to
Hinduism-
begin with.
Even
for
Hinduism
instance.
has Brahman.
Yeah.
Or Brahma is. I can't remember. Is it Brahma or Brahman? That's the big one. And then it's one of the two.
And I think it could be just one entity, and different people from different countries have written it in a different way, but the source is the same.
It's the same.
I
mean, it comes from the same. How it all links up.
You know, it's like a river feeding many streams or something.
Apparently in China they had a mythological story about a man who went around on a boat during a severe storm
Oh, I've not heard
of
this.
severe flooding.
Yeah.
His name was Noah.
Noah, not Noah.
Well,
Yes.
well, you know, it's the pronunciation.
And I've got some interesting books that you might find
Oh yeah.
of use
Go on,
about
then.
the Christian faith and how many Jesuses there's
Is it going to be
been.
like Christian faith for dummies?
No. How they had messiahs who arrived on a donkey before Jesus.
Yes. Well, Socrates has quite a similar life to
And there's
Jesus.
similar Roman things going on, and
Yeah.
there's-
But I mean, Islam, for instance, it accepts that I mean, Jesus is one of the prophets, but he wasn't the Messiah. That's the point. They don't follow Jesus because they believe he was a prophet, like the other ones before him, but he wasn't the Messiah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the Quran?
Because it's Islam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've no idea. It's just a book.
And they spelt it wrong too.
Oh.
I'm not going to say how it's spelt, but I know that's wrong.
It's with the Q.
It's with a Q, isn't it?
I know.
Apostrophe.
Anyway,
Oka is the cure and then apostrophe.
I
AN.
think...
Okay, I always think it's like the QU.
I think that
apostrophe.
all that's shown is just how little knowledge we actually know.
Yeah. Little knowledge we actually know.
Yes, how little.
Well, moving swiftly on.
Goodness.
All right. Yeah. Let's not talk about. Well, actually, that entire one.
Excellent.
That's the first one we've entirely completed.
Thank you, Peter.
And it is well.
Oh, it's your choice. Your choice, Peter.
Yes, it
I hope
is.
I hope you pick a better subject than that.
Than the Quran.
Who would put that down?
I don't know.
I know we have lots
It's
of...
not one of mine.
Okay.
Not one of my topics that I've found
Here we go
sourced.
then. Okay. Right. Okay. Yes. Yes.
When?
When? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to read this out, Peter. Your choice. Your choice. How many toothbrushes can you insert into your... Pardon? Oh, that's a different one. Oh, sorry about that. How many toothbrushes should you use in a year?
Oh, okay.
What was that other thing I was reading? What have you been doing? At what age should you buy your own underwear?
Well,
okay. How many toothbrushes should you use in a year? 3 minutes on that, remind. 3 minutes, Peter. At what age should you buy your underwear? Again, another titillating 3 minutes of conversation on these subjects.
I'm going to go with the underwear one. I want to see what...
Okay, you want to go with the underwear? Okay.
Because that's more subjective. The toothbrush is more...
What age? Toothbrushes. We could have gone into all sorts of funny stories about toothbrushes.
Really, could we? Or what funny stories about toothbrushes have you got?
Well, only about taking a picture and the toothbrush has been moved and on holiday, and then you get the pictures developed and there's a... No? You don't know that story?
No. Is this one of yours?
No, it's something I read, but it always stuck in my mind. It's a funny story, but I better not say it on air.
No. Okay.
People know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They do. What age should you buy your own underwear? Okay, I'm going to go for 3 minutes, starting now.
What age? Well, I guess whenever the age the parent feels is a good idea for you to buy underwear, you know? But I guess...
That's a good answer to get out of answering.
Get out of answering the question.
Anything?
I mean, I don't know. Like, when does the average person start buying their own underwear?
What's the average person? What, in size, you mean?
No, like, average age of someone who starts buying their own underwear.
I would say...
Studio manager, do you buy your own underwear yet?
I don't want to know about the studio manager's underwear. I don't know. I would say as soon as they reach an age out of their teens, probably. I don't know, early teens.
Are you sure? Do you want to be a parent that's still buying your...
No, I
do you
don't.
want to think about buying your 16-year-old girls their underwear?
We have a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And we still, when you do the shopping, you buy some clothes for them.
Do you ever think about, the fact that you're buying them underwear?
No, not really.
Well,
It's just
it's
like buying a T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you don't want to get the two mixed up. So that look daft, wouldn't it?
Well, actually, mind you, some girls seem to at the moment, don't they?
What? Wear T-shirts as pants?
No, they have. They would have like really small
pants.
Like, yeah, but
T-shirts.
they look a bit like shorts and something, so they would wear them as shorts, and same with bras as well.
Yeah.
So they would wear these bras as a shirt because they've got slight kind of T-shirt lining there underneath and over. So actually in the end they're walking outside in underwear, but because it's slightly larger.
Yeah. And what's going on with these younger people, Peter? Because you can answer this. Because you're an expert on younger people.
Am I?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, being of that demographic.
No.
Why do people wear slippers, for instance, when they go to the shops, or they wear pyjamas?
Oh.
Like onesies, or not necessarily
Are we talking
onesies.
about onesies?
Well, I'm talking about the other day. I went to the shops in Waterlooville, and there was somebody there in pyjamas, not in a onesie, in pyjamas.
And were they at my age, or?
They were probably 18, 19 years old.
I'm
something
afraid
like that.
I don't see the logic.
And I saw-
onesie epidemic. I don't quite understand.
And I saw
the
someone
onesie
yesterday in their slippers walking around the shops. You know, just as if they've just got up from their lounge in front of a coal fire and thought, I'm going to go to the shops.
Well,
They just walk-
next, you're
Where's my
dressing
shoes?
gowns.
Oh, forget the shoes. I'll just pad round at the
Mind you,
shops.
dressing gowns aren't cool, so you wouldn't see dressing gowns around about, would you?
But why not? Where could it stop?
Yeah.
I think it should. It should just be.
We'll all be nudists one day, won't we?
Well, I'm not saying
just
stop
get so
and go-
far back, it won't stop, will it? So one day we'll just go around nudists.
You just get out of bed.
You'll
think,
get around your super.
What clothes shall I wear? I don't know.
I don't need them today.
Don't need them. It's a bit chilly.
And then you go to your supermarket and you're all wandering around in the chicken aisle and you're picking up.
What made you think of chickens when you're thinking of naked people?
No,
What, all that wrinkled flesh. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I thought
Wrinkly chicken.
I thought a chicken
skin.
for you because you're being a vegetarian.
Oh, I
it would just
see.
kind of make the imagery even worse. So you'd all be naked walking around meat sections and
what-
picking things off the shelves. Wouldn't that?
Wouldn't that just confuse people?
Why?
Well, as they're trying to choose their meat, they're faced with lots of options. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh God.
That would put you off, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Maybe you'd.
It would.
Maybe that would be a way to stop the meat eaters.
What, me go naked and parade around my local Asda?
In the meat section.
meat
Say,
section.
would you eat this? And then you can dance about in front of them saying, would you eat this? Showing your whole body.
Where did the dancing go? Why dancing?
Because
I'm talking
dancing
just
catches people's attention.
Well, it would catch more than their attention if you were dancing naked.
Yeah.
It might catch them in the eye.
Yeah,
Good.
that's true. But yeah.
What age should we buy underwear?
What age? Well, should we make a specific age? It feels very odd making.
I'm going to say 16.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go with 16.
16. It's agreed then.
Yeah.
The official age for buying underwear
should
is
be 16.
16.
So next year you've got to make a girl buy her own underwear.
No problem there. She can do that.
She can do that.
She can.
Will you give her the money to do that, or will you just?
We can do that. That's probably going to happen.
Yeah, there's all sorts of new underwear now, isn't there? Though.
Is there?
Yeah, there was a really interesting one where it would stop. Wi-Fi
Yeah.
is supposedly damaging to male crotches. Radiation, Wi-Fi
radiation, yeah.
And so you can actually get underwear that protects against it. And
A bit like those silver hats.
and of all the companies,
Yeah.
Shreddies have made flatulence jeans.
What?
They completely eradicate the smell of
Flatulence.
flatulence,
Really?
and it's called the flatulence range.
I'm not surprised you know about this.
I don't
You've
know how
already
I found
ordered.
that. Oh, I've already ordered my flatulence range. I think I probably know some people who wish I had. But no, I think
Flatulent trousers.
flatulent trousers
That's excellent.
is a good idea, isn't it?
I suppose it is. I actually, I read about another idea which you might not be aware of. It was silent underpants. I'm not kidding you.
Silent underpants.
Yes, silent pants.
What would they do?
I don't know.
Oh, would they just muffle the sound?
Apparently they're completely silent.
That would
I
be
don't
useful.
really know what that means. Silent in what
Like,
context?
yeah.
Like when you're walking along, you can't hear the rustle of the cotton. I don't know. What is that? It's like, quite often I'm walking around thinking, my pants are quite noisy today. I shouldn't have ironed them.
I should have bought myself some silent pants.
Or does it just mean, I don't know, when you're changing, like in a changing room or where you're, I don't know, having a bath and you've taken your trousers off and then you're scraping the pants down your legs and they're a bit noisy
and
it muffles the...
scraping your skin off
Yes,
as you go down.
is that what they mean, or do they just mean
when you
excreting
yes,
certain things?
flatulence
And noises.
and making sure it's
And then,
silent.
if
Well, that'd
that-
be useful for video recording, except if it's really bad, the choking one. So you have to wear your flatulence jeans underneath your silent.
It'd be good on like a
underpants.
TV set, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Where you can't make a noise because they're recording. Or in a studio like this. And then you could make the studio manager wear pants that are muffled.
Yeah,
So any noises, it doesn't pick up on the mics.
Yeah, because she farts a lot. Luckily, you can barely hear her voice from back there. So from back there anyway, you can't hear her let rip.
That's lovely imagery.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you think the station manager needs her own silent
I think
pants?
she needs silent underwear.
Silent
don't you think?
underwear.
Yeah.
I don't think anything. A bit like a silencer on a gun. You know, that's a myth. You know that. It does work,
But it doesn't.
but it's still a great big bang. It's not like in the films, which is you go, just nothing. And I wondered if the pants were the same. Instead of a great big.
Yes.
It'd just be a
silencer's more about it's kind of releasing.
just silencing the gas.
But mind you, you can have those kind of silenced farts anyway, can't you? You can have the.
Can you?
Fart. Have you never had like a? Like, you know?
I don't feel comfortable talking about this.
Surely you've had a.
You want to talk about this?
No, I don't want to talk about it. But, surely.
Do you want to pick a subject?
Wait, is it my turn or your turn?
I don't know. I've forgotten.
My turn. It's my turn.
Okay.
So wait, you shuffle for me and I pick.
Okay, you pick.
The last one.
Last one, yeah. I guess.
Is this
wait,
the last one?
I'll check time.
Depends how long you take. But,
Depends how long we take. Yeah,
think
we
we've got
could
about
probably
10 minutes, have we?
We've got about 15.
Okay.
Okay.
Just to make
yeah.
sure. So
When?
Maybe. Okay. I got another one. If you worked for the war.
Oh yes. Wait,
What?
wait. This one is hard to read, and
Okay.
I worked it out. If you're a soldier, what would you want to do as a soldier? I worked it out.
Oh, really?
It took a bit of working.
Okay. If you're a soldier. And
What would you do if you were in the army? Or are pigs cool?
Oh, are pigs cool?
Let's go with are pigs cool.
Really? You like that one?
Why not? Are
Why not?
pigs
We
cool?
may as well. I'll just.
We could carry on about farts as well.
You could. You could
you
incorporate that into the pigs
pigs.
discussion.
Yeah.
Are
Or
they-
we could talk about more gruesome things about pigs.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just think, we had the Quran
Mm.
and a discussion about pigs in the same show.
Oh, that's
no.
a bit iffy.
That's almost God's will, I
It
believe.
must be.
Could be.
Are pigs cool?
Our pig's cool. You have 3 minutes.
I think pigs are quite cool animals. Winston Churchill.
Was a pig.
No, he wasn't a pig.
Oh.
What he said, he said was, he said, I don't like cats
He went-
or dogs.
We
He said, I don't like cats or dogs. I like pigs
Yeah.
because dogs look up to you, cats look down on you, and pigs treat us as equals.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a quote from him.
That is.
apparently.
He had some good quotes.
He had some brains, didn't he? That man.
He did. He had some brains.
He had
Yeah.
some
I
brains.
like Winston.
You know your Churchill because
I do.
You sell some.
Yeah,
antiques that,
I've had some things from Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Well, not actually from him,
yeah.
but
Personally,
and
dear John.
and his wife, Clementine.
Oh wow! Oh, I didn't know her name.
Yeah, and he did.
Was she the brains behind the operation? Is she?
Well,
is this one of those things?
I think she could be credited
she could be
for
credited
some things.
for some
Yeah,
things.
I'm sure she could. And he was voted recently, wasn't he? The UK's best. Is it best?
I don't know.
The best UK person ever.
Well, perhaps.
Winston Churchill was.
Winston Churchill.
He was on a poll and not actually on a
It's
poll.
because of what he said about pigs, probably.
I don't know about that.
Are you
Getting back
sure?
on our pigs cool. I like pigs.
Yeah.
I like pigs.
I think pigs are cool.
I mean, when people eat bacon, and I used to like bacon, don't get me wrong, and it's a vegetarian's downfall. It's got to be said.
Yeah, I know.
But the
I
smell
like bacon.
of bacon is just
That's delicious.
No, it's not. It's disgusting. I was going to say, but our pig's cool. What I was going to say is the average pig is more intelligent than the average person.
Really?
No,
Do you think so?
I made that up.
I'm sorry.
Of course they're not.
Well, I don't know.
But they could be.
There are
They
some
could be.
people. There are some people.
It depends where you go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you went to where could you go locally, Peter, where you would say the average pig was more intelligent than the person?
I don't want to say.
Where would you say?
Maybe the college. Oh, what?
In the college?
no, that's appalling.
I don't know. There's. I mean, pigs are nice, aren't they? They eat everything.
Well,
they
that's
eat
the,
all your
that's
waste,
the interesting,
which is great.
gruesome, fun
They're
thing about
intelligent.
pigs. That they eat anything.
They do.
And people would. They had to stop burying people underneath pig areas, and because the pigs would actually dig, and eventually they would eat people.
Wow.
They would eat the dead bodies.
Yeah.
So actually, sometimes
A bit like the Hannibal Lecter thing.
Yeah. So sometimes, perhaps, you've actually if you've eaten pig, you've eaten people.
You've eaten people as well.
You've eaten digested dead body.
I actually saw. I've got some different things, strange things you might think, but a pig being slaughtered. And it's not very pleasant.
Oh,
I must say,
really?
it's really not very nice. How they used to do it in the old days.
How did you see that?
Oh, I'll tell you all about it later. But what they used to do, they used to, they used to rear this pig, friend of the family, call it a name, whatever, and then of course they used to, eat it once it goes from a cute little piglet, as we know, to the size of a bus, and then they sort of hold its trotters, and then they put it on a table, and the family gather around with their knives, and they carve the pig up while it's still, obviously still alive. It's not dead, not been stunned or anything. And they all.
They didn't just slit the throat, surely.
No, they just go for it and just chop, just hack it up, basically. And it's like, wow, that's something you don't see every day. But that's how they used to do it. They used to.
You see this?
Put the knife down and just sort of.
I'm not convinced. Where did you see this?
I'll show you.
You'll show me.
I have pictures.
You have pictures.
Yes.
Go on. I've got to see this.
No, this is what they used to do, though. They didn't always cut the animal's throat. And it used to be more of a family thing, and they respected the animal. It wasn't just about
the butchery.
Butchery as such. It was about.
There was a whole art to it.
Well, yeah, if you want to say that.
If you want to say that.
But no, it was about a family and relying on this one animal and having a more of a respect for the animal and what they're taking its life, but they appreciate the life more. Whereas now it's a factory, isn't it?
I know. I agree with that, and that I still think it's better that way than it is this.
Yeah.
But can you imagine that with with a child, with a real person? If you did that with a person.
With a person instead of
you grow them up, you call them a name, you call them Barney or something, and they grow up, and then you all sit round, and he's all like, oh, everyone sat round me, and suddenly they get out their knives and chop, and he's like, screaming.
Well, that could happen, couldn't it?
It could. It might happen in some countries.
Yeah.
Cannibalism.
Do you think cannibals do that? Do they bring up children?
I don't know.
I don't think they're only bringing them up just to fatten them up.
Somewhere in this world. Well, this has gone gruesome, hasn't it?
Well, you said you wanted gruesome.
Well, we said we could go gruesome with pigs.
I think there might be a few edits on this one.
Well, I know who wrote this one, and I'm feeling a bit bad that we've managed to go on talking from Are Pigs Cool to talking about chopping up pigs. And you've got to show me this.
Are pigs cool? Yes, pigs are very cool. And I like Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
And that's...
Oh my God, Peppa Pig is wonderful.
It's cool.
It's really
cool. It's a good child's programme.
I mean, you look at the other child programme, but Peppa Pig nails it. It really does. And it's funny.
Peppa Pig
really funny.
World.
Yes, I've been there.
Yes.
Yes, I've been to Peppa Pig.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good English, UK...
Yeah. Have you seen that wonderful clip with Peppa Pig and the telephone?
No.
When she can't whistle, so she's going around the house and she's like, I can't whistle. The parents are like, don't worry. So she's like, right, she tries to whistle, and then she phones up her friend, and she's just like, hi there, Maisie or something. She's like, do you know how to whistle? And her friend was like, whistle? I don't know what that is. No, I can't. And she was like, oh, phew, I can't. You look. And she's like, how do you do whistling then? She's like, all you have to do is put your lips together and go, and then the Maisie was just put her lips together and went, and just Peppa just goes, beep. She puts her phone straight down. It's fantastic. You've got to watch it. It's the way it's done.
Pigs are cool.
It's got comic timing.
Pigs are cool.
Yeah. I didn't do it very comically. You've just got to watch it. Yeah, studio manager's nodding her head.
Not very funny.
No, but when you watch it, it's very funny.
I think it would be funny because I like Peppa Pig. I actually find most of it funny.
Yes, I agree.
But then I would.
Yeah, no, I think
we've got time for one more, Peter. One more, 3 minutes.
One more, 3 minutes. But we've got to stick to 3 minutes.
Okay,
that's the hard part. This is going to be very difficult.
Did you pick the last one? I think you picked the pigs, did you?
Oh, yes. So actually, I'm shuffling.
Okay.
This is
Okay, we're going to go for a strict 3 minutes on this one. So everything okay, I'll say when.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. We've got on one side... Oh, God, you're kidding.
Oh! I can see it. It says, "Come round, Peter." I never thought it would.
We've only got 3 minutes to talk
There's
about
about
this stuff.
100 things there. And how could that come out? Well
on
done.
one side, guess what we've got? We've got flatulence.
Flatulence.
Embarrassing bodily functions. But we've just been talking about that for
We
ages.
have, so-
And then the other one is your favourite.
No, it's not my favourite.
Is the Queen a Nazi? Or has Britain got talent?
I'm going to go for, I think the Britain's Got Talent
What?
is an endlessly interesting subject, so I'm going to dismiss that and go for, is the Queen a Nazi?
Nazi.
3 minutes starting now.
We've only got 3 minutes to talk about them, so go.
I think the Queen, of course, she's not a Nazi, is she? Of course, how could she be? But the royal family obviously comes from German breeding.
Yes.
And in fact, Queen Victoria, is a little known fact, Queen Victoria could hardly speak any English. She only knew a handful of English words. And Prince Philip has friends who were top Nazis, and they used to go for like garden parties and things like that in the early 30s with their Nazi buddies. They got German bloodlines, you know. And I forget the name. What's their German name?
Which one? Oh,
Not Windsor.
God, no,
They
it's
only
not.
changed it during the war.
Yes.
I forget what it is.
Flip.
No, it's not Flip. That's a different language. That's,
No.
I don't know what that is.
Philippe.
That's French.
My name is Flip.
No, but
Pierre Flip.
I mean, obviously they're not Germans now, are they?
No,
they're not
they're not.
Nazis. I mean, you know, how could they be? There isn't a Nazi
They're
party anymore.
lizard people who are
Yeah.
aliens
Well,
who
they get-
happen to also be Nazis.
They get a bad rap, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah.
The royals.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're not all bad,
The younger
are they?
royals get a lot of good, and I guess the Queen herself, she gets quite a lot of good rep. But,
Yeah, I suppose.
But then
I
the other
suppose so.
ones, they kind of suffer the consequences.
What do you think about their
I don't know.
Nazi
All-
background?
Oh, Nazi background.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
I think fair enough to them.
I mean, they
because-
were German, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they were just high-ranking Germans would have served in the Nazi party because it was throughout Germany after all. So
Yeah.
it would only be natural.
Well,
wouldn't
yes,
it?
exactly. I don't think you can blame them
No.
for being.
I don't think you can.
I think a lot of people would have been pro-Nazi before
Yeah,
the
I think
war,
they would
before
have.
they found out what.
We had lots of pro-Nazis in this country.
The Nazi Party was doing really well for Germany.
They were.
And here we go. The royal family surname, Wikipedia,
Yeah.
House of Windsor. It was founded by King George V by royal proclamation on 17th July 1917, when he changed the name of the British royal family from the German, please pronounce,
Oh, Saxe-Coburg.
Saxe-Coburg and Gotha.
Yes, Saxe-Coburg.
Saxe-Coburg, a branch of the House of Wettin, to the English Windsor, due primarily to the anti-German sentiment in the British Empire during World War I.
Excellent.
Thank you very
nice,
much.
Nice voice acting,
Thank you.
by the way, as well.
Thank you, brother. And that was perfectly.
And that concludes
on
our
time.
3 minutes, and that's
And
very
that is the
well.
first time we've ever made it 3 minutes to
Excellent.
discuss something.
Yes.
And finish.
And finished. I don't want to talk any more about that, do you?
No, I think we're done. I think you've released your "Is the Queen a Nazi" bug.
No, I know.
You'll still bring
I
it up.
saw that. How many weeks ago?
Oh, the first week you
first
saw it.
week
and you
I saw
wanted
it. It's
to
like,
do it.
oh, what's that? And it's came round.
You brought it
It's
up
come
every
round.
time. Well, I guess it's time to wrap up then into a nice little bow.
Yes, wrap up into a nice little bow.
Yes. Right. Thank you very much for watching.
We've done another one, Peter.
Or watching, listening.
Yes.
My God.
You think you're on TV? What's wrong with you?
I think I'm a celebrity. No,
You're a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity. Gets me out of here.
Out of the studio.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel exhausted now.
I'm
What
not
about-
surprised.
What about you?
I'm
Oh,
pretty, I was pretty
what are you
tired.
doing for the rest of the day?
I've got to go back to college.
You're going to college?
Yeah.
Oh.
We've got to do an exciting work. It's actually not so exciting.
Oh, okay.
It's a branch of philosophy that's a little debatable, to say the least.
Okay.
Philosophy of mind, looking at what the mind is about. And yeah, there we go. John's lost it. Yeah. You know, there are parts of philosophy that are interesting, but I have to say that's not one of them.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck on that.
Thank you very
And-
much. We got an hour and a half.
And
It's not too
thank you
bad.
everyone for listening. It's been really appreciated, you listening, and we're getting some really nice feedback, so keep them coming. Thank you
Thank you very much. Good luck and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.